How can we learn a language? Is it by reading? Is it by the grammar? And how can we start learning the language? What I can recommend is to start with the basic. That, of course, it can be very, very boring in the longer term just to learn grammar. So, like for me personally, when it gets very boring, then I tend to not really want to learn the language. So, to make myself think, okay, listen, it has to be something that you actually think is fun, because you know what, if we don't like it, it's not gonna be fun. I don't want to do anything that's not fun or boring, and then we tend to just be like, not today, not tomorrow, and never. How can we make Spanish or a language fun? Personally, what I do is I like to speak Spanish. I like to speak a language. I feel like when you speak the language, then you learn the language faster. So the problem here can be that we can be a bit shy. We can be a bit insecure about speaking another language, or we feel judged. So first of all, we have to think, listen, if I want to get better at this, I need to stop thinking or caring about how my pronunciation is and actually try to just speak. And I know that I'm gonna make mistakes, and I know that I'm gonna sound super funny, but it doesn't matter, because in the end of the day, if you want to learn, you have to also make some mistakes, because when you're making the mistakes, you're gonna learn by your mistakes. So actually, you're gonna just think that, okay, I'm gonna learn a language, and then I'm first gonna speak the language when I speak it perfectly, because that's not gonna happen. Make it a bit fun. Just speak with people, laugh a bit about it, make mistakes. It's okay. And if you're living in a country where people don't speak it, then I think you should try to communicate with other people from the country that you're learning the language. Then try to connect with people from read books if you don't like books, listen to audiobooks if you don't like audiobooks, listen to podcasts if you don't like that, speak with people if you don't like that. Then I don't know what you should do. Then don't look. No. Of course, you'll find a way. The thing is, make it fun. If you like to play games, you can make a game out of the language. So there are plenty of ways, but remember, the most important thing is you like it. You have to like it, because think about it. If you're doing something, if I have to wake up and be like, oh my god, I don't want to learn Spanish today, well, then I'm not going to learn Spanish that day. Maybe another day. You have to be consistent with learning. Try to say to yourself, okay, I have to listen to Spanish at least 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, or whatever. For me, what works the best, actually, I know this sounds crazy, but for me, if I don't feel like speaking with people, okay, then I speak with myself. And that can sound silly, that can sound a bit funny. Why are you speaking with yourself? What is happening? But seriously, I speak, now I'm learning Spanish, okay? So I speak Spanish with myself. I'm saying when I have to cook or whatever, vale, ahora voy a cocinar un poco. ¿Qué quiero cocinar? Quiero cocinar pollo con ensalada y algo así. And I just speak. And I know that you're maybe gonna think, but how if I don't have a vocabulary? Start with maybe get a bit of vocabulary and then just use it. Just pronounce it. Say it out loud. Talk with yourself. And maybe every day a bit. Then you're actually gonna be better, because if you're speaking out loud what you're doing, your actions and so on, when you have to have a conversation with another person, then you can use that. And of course, you're actually gonna see that it's different, because when you're speaking with yourself, you're comfortable. Can just speak whatever. You make mistake, you're not noticing, because you don't really speak that language fluently. So what you do is you just speak. And that's why I actually think it can be better as well to speak with people, because they can correct you. When I speak with myself, I just sound perfect. When I speak in my mind, I sound better than ever. I speak so well when I don't say it out loud. I'm like, whoa, I actually speak the language fluently. When I say it out loud, I'm like, why did I even say that? How did that come out? How could I pronounce it like that? This is so embarrassing. But you know what? It can happen. But it's not like a big deal. You know, it's not a big deal. And then you just say it again and again. And that's why it's so important that you actually get the word out, so you know how you're pronouncing it, because everything sounds so amazing in your head We want it out of your head. Like, Spanish is very similar to English, and now you're thinking, what the fuck? No, not like that. Wait a minute. Spanish is similar with some words. For example, situación, situation. And now my Spanish pronunciation is not the best, but we speak. Situación, conversación, conversation. And there are a lot of examples on that. So what you can do, sometimes I do it when I speak Spanish or try to speak Spanish with people, then we can have a conversation and I'm like, how do I say that word? And then I'm like, okay, wait a minute, Shay, wait a minute. Just make the English word Spanish. And then I will say an English word and then I will make it Spanish, which means if I really didn't know how to say, I would like to reserved. I'm a reserved person. Now I don't know how you say it in Spanish, but then I will say soy una persona reservado, something. I will just say something and then people will be like, got you. Maybe that is a word, maybe that's not a word, but like 90% of the times people have told me, yeah, I get you, and then they'll correct me. And that's how I get my vocabulary. A lot of time, just try and really just try to speak, connect with people, talk with people. If you don't like to talk with people, then pretend you're talking with people, but talk with yourself and then record yourself. Actually, another way is record yourself talking the language, then you can listen to it. And there are a lot of times you can actually correct yourself, because when you're talking on the spot, you're gonna make mistakes. And it's not like I'm gonna be thinking, okay, right now grammar. I am, he is, she, it's not like that. We are not doing it like this. And if you're gonna think grammar and connect it with the talking, then it's gonna take so long before you're talking. And that's what I did with English in the beginning. I was always thinking, oh my God, am I saying it right? Am I not? And then I was like, stop, just talk. And then I was just talking, and later on I was suddenly talking fine. And then I was like, okay, you know what? Let me do that forever. Not forever, but let me do that. I went to Spain and I was like listening to the language and I was thinking, impossible there will be one day I'm actually able to understand them. They speak so fast and I'll not even be able to communicate with them. And then now I'm thinking, wow, it's so amazing to actually understand it. And it's so amazing to have a conversation, and you get so proud of yourself, and it's fine. Like, boost yourself if you want that. And you have to know you can keep learning and learning and learning. Like, you will never finish. You will always be able to learn more in that language. So I keep learning and I ask people, and if I want to talk and have conversation, I meet with them and I talk Spanish and I embarrass myself. And it's fine because, I'm learning, and that's how you learn. So I hope you can use this video for something and go for it. You should just do it, really.